So with Donald Trump, every accusation is a confession. And we've known this for a while. He accuses people all the time of doing things that he himself is guilty of. But he's accused Letitia James and others of mortgage fraud, of trying to claim that a residence was going to be their primary residence and it wasn't going to be an investment property, or they weren't going to let somebody else live there, and that they were going to be the ones living on that property. Well, in the Letitia James case, in all of but like one of the 7 or 8 boxes on the forms, she indicated that it was going to be her an investment property. She wasn't going to live there. In one case, she said yes, it was going to be her primary residence by mistake, and I don't think there was any intent to commit fraud. But Donald Trump and his team are harping all over it, trying to go after his perceived enemy, and she's only his enemy because she stood up to him, took him to court, and of course won against him, and Donald Trump hates that. He hates losing, so of course she's the bad guy. Well, we find out that Donald Trump has done the same thing in the 90s. In the 90s, he bought 2 properties either very close to or adjacent to Mar-a-Lago. And he indicated on the forms for each that they would be his primary residence. And he bought these just weeks apart. Now, there is no evidence that he has ever lived in either property. In the 90s, his primary residence, I believe, was in New York. Might have even been Trump Tower at the time. He was still a New York real estate, investor and everything. He was doing all of that. He was big in the New York world. He didn't leave New York until he ran for president, until they pretty much threw him out of New York because they don't like him in New York. They never have. But he indicated on the forms that these 2 properties would be his primary residence and then leased them out as rentals. Now, why would he do that? Well, because you get different rates. Things change when you are doing an investment property versus a primary residence. And they look at things differently. The bank changes how they authorize it. And if he indicated that he intended to live there, that is mortgage fraud. Plain and simple. It is the exact thing that he has accused others of doing. I wish we could be surprised that Donald Trump is guilty of this, but I'm not. And at least this is what it's appearing. And, if he wants to condemn everybody else, well, maybe he should be put under the same scrutiny. But, of course, he's going to come out and say this is fake news and it's everything else. He's not going to want to deal with it. But it's being reported that is the case, that he has actually committed the exact same thing as what he wants to accuse everybody else of doing.